So the NASCAR Cup Series is going to Gateway for their second race of the playoffs this year, and I wanted to look at all the playoff drivers and see what they might be able to do at this track, and also some non-playoff drivers to see if they can play spoiler. So we're going to start from lowest seat to top. Alex Bowman, he's not good here. His best finish is a 13th. In the last 2 years, he's been finishing in the high 20s. He is not very good at these kinds of, 1 mile intermediate tracks like Gateway, Dover, Loudon, Phoenix. And Hendrick isn't good at this track. So I would honestly just ignore Alex Bowman. Austin Dillon, he finished 6th last year. He was top 10 all day. Decent finish, but other than that, he hasn't really shown speed at this track. So I don't think he's necessarily going to do much, and he's not really shown speed at any of these tracks, or if I'm being honest, much of the next gen in general. But yeah, he does have that win at Richmond, which it's kind of similar here. Tyler Reddick, he finished 4th last year, but other than that, his finishes have been unremarkable, 16th and 35th at Gateway. Tyler Reddick was also a lot better last summer than he is this year, but he does have that momentum from finishing 2nd at Darlington, and he's in a JGR car. Denny Hamlin, he finished 2nd twice the past 2 years. Truex, he was always good at these style of tracks. So Tyler Reddick might have something in the tank for this track, but he's one to watch. Josh Berry, his one finish here is 36th, so I'm not sure how much you can really trust that data, but when you look at his averages for these kind of tracks in general, he's kind of middle of the pack, but I don't think he's gonna pull off anything crazy here. Joey Logano, he's only finished top 5 here. He won the inaugural event. Joey Logano, this is why I picked him to make it into the round of 12, because he has such great speed at Gateway that I think, if anything, he'd be able to win here and go into the round of 12. But, I'm not sure, because there's other guys that I think have a better chance of winning. Which I haven't discussed yet. But Joey Logano is definitely one to watch for, as Penske in general. We all know that coming into this track, but still. Ross Chastain, he's decent here. Finished 12th last year, and he has finishes of 8th and 22nd. Not too, flashy or standing out, but he has a win at Phoenix in the next gen era, and he's one of the better drivers at these style of tracks. But the lack of speed this summer, and just, there's no momentum. He finished well at Darlington, but that's one of his best tracks. So I'm not going to be looking out for Ross Chastain. Austin Cindric, he won here last year, and he's finished 11th and 13th the other 2 years. Austin Cindric drives for Penske. We all know they're going to bring a good car to this track. But other than that, Cindric hasn't really been too competitive at these style of tracks, and he's been very unlucky this year. So I think this will be like the peak of his round of 16. Bubba Wallace, he's not good at this track. This is just going to be a survive type of day for him. And even at these flat tracks in general, he has work to do to get to being one of the best. Chase Briscoe, his best finish is 17th, so he's not doing the best here. But he's in a JGR car, and like I mentioned before, Denny Hamlin finished 2nd. Tyler Reddick at JGR affiliate, he finished 4th last year. And Chase Briscoe has shown a lot more speed this year compared to last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's running top 10 this year. But I'm not sure quite where to put him yet. Chase Elliott, he missed 2023 for suspension, and the other 2 years he finished 21st and 13th. I'm going to be honest, I don't really see much out of this day. He's probably going to finish 10th to 15th like a lot of this year, and he might be, kind of with his Hendrick teammates in that way, just kind of struggling around the top 10 like that. It's so weird to say struggling, but ultimately that's what it is. SVG hasn't even ran at this track, and the closest thing you get so far is, I guess, Phoenix. I mean, he finished, what, 31st? He's not good at this track. It's not looking good for him. It's not looking good for him. Christopher Bell, his worst finish here is 11th. He would have won last year if his cylinder didn't go down. The guy's good at these kind of tracks. He has wins at these tracks. He's got the most laps led at these kinds of tracks. He's got to be on your radar for this event. Ryan Blaney, he's finished 4th and 6th, and he would have finished top 5 last year if he didn't run out of fuel. If he didn't, short pit that last stop. Maybe he finds a way to win if he saves fuel better, but who knows? So he's another one to watch. Denny Hamlin, he's finished 2nd the last 2 years. He's a sleeper pick. He's good at these tracks. He's, of course, won at Dover. He's good at these kinds of tracks. So I think he's another one to watch. Now, Kyle Larson, William Byron, unremarkable finishes overall. Kyle Larson, I know that he's been testing a new setup for Gateway in the simulator, so there's something, but I'm not sure that it's going to take them from being fringe top 10 to winning. I think if anything it'll be 6th, 7th, 8th, but I just don't think Hendrick will be doing so well. Now, Chris Buescher, he's pretty decent at these kind of tracks too. Not in the playoffs, but I mean, he has an average finish of about 11th, these style 1 mile tracks. So, that's somebody to watch out for. Brad Keselowski, I mean, he has a few decent finishes here and there, but I think it's mostly going to be the playoff guys. And Kyle Busch, he won Gateway in 2023. He finished 2nd in 2022. He had a top 10 day going before he had his incident with Kyle Larson. This could be a rebound race for him. He finished top 10 last week. He could string another top 10 this week, but I don't know. It's hard to believe when he's just been finishing the way he has. But, yeah. If there was a better race there's no better race to maybe snap the winless streak than this one, though. I'd say that. He's really good at this track. No. As for my pick to win, I think it's between Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney. Christopher Bell showed the most speed last year, and he's shown so much speed at these style of tracks. Ryan Blaney, of course, has done the same, but surprisingly enough, he hasn't won at any of these tracks. This, like these 1 mile tracks. But he did win Iowa last year. He won Nashville earlier this year. He was a contender at Richmond. He was a contender at Phoenix. He's been good at these short tracks, these flat tracks. And I think because of that, because of the speed he's shown, I think he will be on his way to win this year. So that's my pick. Sleeper picks. Denny Hamlin, you don't really think of him as being good at Gateway, but I mean, he's good at almost every type of track. So Denny Hamlin, I think he could surprise some people because they might be watching out for Penske, but in comes Denny Hamlin. Even if you could be surprised by Denny Hamlin being good in 2025, I think this is the track that you would be surprised at. All right. Thank you.